Hey guys, what's up? Jared here, Dex and Dice LLC, with a little bit of a ramblings of an LGS owner video for you guys today. Um, I was watching a video the other day. It was like a response video to a Reddit post about how this dude's or chick's, I don't know, this person's, we'll say that, um, saying that their LGS is dying and the owner refuses to save it. Um, if I remember, I'll link the um, Reddit post in the comments down below so you guys can go through it as well. But I'd like to read it a little bit and kind of comment on it. It starts off by saying, I want to start by saying, well, damn, there we go. That my LGS is smaller, with around 50 or so overall players and 8 to 20 players there on any given Friday, Saturday. So this LGS is probably a little smaller than mine. Uh, on Friday nights, we have 20 to 30. Depending on what kind of an event we're running, we have had upwards of the 40-50 mark, but that was like a pre-con league, and we do those just ever so often. But anyways, continuing reading. Um, Over the last year or two, all the players have shifted to playing CDH/casual commander, as a lot of people have, which is fine. We don't have any standard or modern players anymore, and Friday Night Magic hardly ever fires off now, which this is something that happens to a lot of LGSs. Like I don't want to speak nationally, but from what I've gathered, read about, and just overheard, it happens a lot. Commander is the default format for pretty much any shop anymore. If you happen to live in a location where there is a 60 card format firing off regularly, God words, um, then that's great. You're actually part of the minority, not the majority. Um, but anyways, let's continue. This person says, when the store runs commander events for Friday Night Magic, we have a large showing. Sometimes when we draft or do sealed, we can get 8 players, which around here is about the same. Like I try to do a draft every Sunday, but it hardly ever fires off. We might get 4, 6 people, maybe 8. I mean, if I get 4, I'm firing that bitch regardless. So, but anyways, um, to combat the downfall of normal formats in the shop, we have done some strange events like Singleton Modern, which went really well, but we have not done that in a while. That actually kind of sounds pretty interesting. Like a Singleton Modern or Singleton Pioneer, Singleton Standard, maybe. Um, that's not really a bad idea. I kind of like that. So, to continue on, it goes on to say that lately the owner has been very open about hating Commander and is trying to force Standard and Modern into Friday Night Magic. The problem is we have done months now. We have done. Guess I meant we have gone. We have done or whatever. We have done months now without an event firing off. Everyone just comes in and plays Commander. Again, this harkens back to the 60 card formats are dead in Magic, whether you want to admit it or not. And if you happen to live in a place where it does fire off, like I said, congratulations. You're in the minority, not the majority. Count your blessings there. Um, but anyways, he says the owner will not waver. He refuses to do commander events and is taking a toll on the store. Players are shopping less there, and he isn't getting income from events or any new players. I got nothing for that one. I mean, it could be because he's kind of anti-commander, but it could just be the atmosphere of the shop. It could be any number of unknown factors at this point, so I can't really say much about that one. This person goes on to say, I know I can't do anything. This whole thing sucks, and I don't want to lose my LGS. I guess I'm just here to grieve. Appropriate. I mean, what else can you really do? I mean, talk to the owner, but if he doesn't want to listen to you, then he doesn't want to listen to you. They go on with, I love Commander, by the way, and this isn't a post to talk bad about any formats. I too find myself just going to the store to play some CDH, though I always try to play whatever event is being pushed. That's the end of the post. Um, just a little bit of personal stuff here with just running the store for the last 3 years and developing the community and all that. I don't really understand what the owner's issue is with Commander. Um, it's it is what it is. He just doesn't like Commander as a format, and he's being overly, or they, if I don't, anyway, the owner is being kind of overly emotional, it seems, um, which is a horrible thing to do when you're trying to like run a business. I'm not Mr. Bachelor degree, master's in business or anything like that. Everything I know is basically just like OJT, which is on the job training, if you guys didn't know that, from my previous experiences from the myriad of other crap that I've worked in my life. Getting emotional and trying to cater things to like your 100% your needs is not the way to go. But anyways, um, the thing about this particular scenario, which I think was pretty common until a lot of LGS has just adopted Commander as their de facto format and just let it go, because it is what it is, man. You kind of have to just go where the money goes. And while Commander players don't exactly spend a crap ton of money like all at once or whatever, um, compared to like modern players or anything where they're out for like play sets of cards and they will like come in and drop the couple of $100 in one fell swoop to get 4 copies of whatever or a couple of copies of X, Y, and Z. Your Commander players are your slow burn. You will get a couple of $100, if not more, honestly, depending on the person, whoever, or location. But anyways, or more from them a month, just because they will tinker with their decks. They will see a deck that strikes their interest, and they will try to like build it to the best of their ability. They will come to you or any other LGS in their area and try to piece it together. Um, so like, it's kind of strange, honestly, with just the way like the dynamic has shifted as far as like formats and everything goes over the past few years. Um, I think that it's probably for the better. And I say this as someone who started with the 60 card format and who gripes about Commander because of how long it takes and everything. But at the end of the day, it's actually easier for new people to get into Commander because there's a pod of people there to help this person ease into Magic, teach them things, explain cards, so forth and so forth. It's not just you sitting there across from some other rando and go, or just having to sit down and consume YouTube videos and hope for the best, or you come in and think you might know something and then you end up playing against the rules lawyer of the LGS and they make you look dumb and you feel bad. But anyways, the point being of that is like Commander is just like an easier barrier of entry, and it seems to be a little bit more of a welcoming crowd. Now that's just our Commander group. That might vary from LGS to LGS. Like our crowd, I know for a fact, is not the same as the crowd to the default.exe shop down the way, like 15 minutes down the road. Your community is going to vary from shop to shop, but mostly from what I hear and understand, your Commander people are going to be the most welcoming to new players and the easiest ones to help onboard new players because they just like having more people to play with. I can't fathom to where, coming in every Friday or whatever and you're playing the same people over and over and over and over again with the same decks over and over and over again gets to be all that exciting. So, yeah, getting in new people is probably like the greatest thing for Commander players. But I don't know, I just thought this was kind of interesting because there was also a discussion on like Commander players versus I don't know, like modern Pioneer, like your 60 card format people. as far as keeping a shop alive. As I said, with commander players, you get your money out of them, and it kind of sounds bad to say that, but people who run a business understand what I'm saying here. You get your money out of them, like I said, over a slow burn versus just all at one time. Like if there's like an RCQ or something coming up, you don't have people making a mad dash to like buy play sets of shit or any of that stuff, or forking over for play sets of things, but you get them on the releases of the new products. They love precons. Commander players love precons. Those are some of the easiest like shoe-in sales you're ever going to get whenever a new set launches. Not to mention just singles, and like I said, with them just looking for new decks to play and everything, you're gonna get your money out of your commander players. It might just take a while, which is why you want to cultivate a community of players, because as horrible as it sounds, you're going to leech money off of these people the whole entire time while they're there, and I mean that in the best way possible. It is what it is. Everyone knows that. But like with the 60 card players, again, at least around here, and if you are in a spot where you have a strong modern pioneer standard whatever, I actually envy you, because I would love something like that to happen around here, but it's not, so fuck it. But with formats like that, as far as I know, you end up spending a lot of money at once, and then you stop. Your deck is done, and you just basically get in reps until you get to the RCQ, your qualifiers or whatever, and you just kind of incrementally go from there. Like once you build your deck, that's it, you're done. You have no need to spend any more money. You're basically, like once you get your invite or something from your RCQs or whatnot, you're basically just going there to like farm prizing, and that's it. And then that particular player is basically done spending money until it's time for another like RCQ rotation or whatever to come back around. Now, that might not be the case for some people, but I'm willing to bet it's the case for the vast majority of people. There are people that come into the shop to buy random cards for whatever might be in the format for the RCQs or whatever currently, but they're kind of few and far between. Now, when it's over and done with and their decks are no longer viable and they have to switch up formats to, go from, we'll say, Pioneer to Standard, depending on what the, I don't know, format for the RCQs or Nationals or whatever it might be, yeah, sure, they come in and they trade in their cards that are no longer useful, and they try to get some of the singles that I have, or buy other product. So, like, at the ends of those things, sure, you end up making a little bit more money off of them too, but it's nowhere near what you will make off of the nice, long, slow burn of your commander community, because those guys are there pretty much every day. If not every day, they're damn sure to be there. Like for us, for instance, we have Friday Night Commander. Because in the event link, you can schedule Friday Night Magic as like a Commander event, believe it or not. So that's what we do, and we submit everything there for that. But those people, your Commander players, will 98% of the time be there on that day to play Commander and spend money. So I don't know what this particular LGS owner's problem is with hating Commander, because the way I see it is like if he would just do like the rest of us have done and even begrudgingly embrace the format, he probably wouldn't be seemingly in such a horrible position at the moment. I also don't know if this LGS is still in business or whatever. I would assume it is, because this post was only made like 7 days ago. So yeah, I would assume that, it is. And if you go down through the comments and all that good stuff, you get kind of like a mixed bag of things, but it's kind of it's an interesting conversation. Anyways, I just kind of thought that was cool to run past you guys as it came across my desk the other day. I would go through and kind of talk about some of these comments and everything, but I figured that like I don't know. Let's see. Um, I figured you guys would check it out yourselves and take a look, but let's see. Nah, I don't want to really read any of the responses. Sorry about wasting your time there. But yeah. So that was just something I thought was kind of interesting that came across my desk that I'd share with you guys, and just kind of admittedly say that every time I say that 60 card formats are dead and all that good stuff, I get like little, I don't know if they're bots or NPCs or what. Some of them are in the comments where it's like brain dead take and all that good stuff. It's not really, dude. You just happen to be in one of those small little spots where it's actually happening. Um, and as I've said before, that the only time, again, probably at least around here and most other places too, because I watch other videos with other shops bitching about the same thing, where the people who play standard, modern, pioneer, pauper, whatever, they only really give a fuck about the format and playing the format when there's a reason to do so, and that's for like RCQs and any other big ticket random tournaments that might show up. Past that, they have little to no interest in playing the format. They'll bounce back to Commander. Or just not play at all and play like MTG Arena or MTGO and just get their reps in there. And then when it comes time to actually play paper, they'll just drop the money and build the deck or whatever if it's not already built. But what I was going with was that is that it's no wonder that with well, I lost the train of thought there. It happens. The squirrel just decided to go wee. Um, so yeah, I guess on that note, since that was a horrible, horrible thing to happen, I'm gonna just let it go, man. I'm gonna end the video because I got nothing else to bitch about. So yeah, um, that was a great little brain fart for everyone to experience in real time. So, anyways, you guys have a good one. I just wanted to kind of, like I said, throw this across your desk because it went across mine, and it just kind of generally get your thoughts about the post and everything if you go to read it. Um, it just, I don't know, it was kind of sad to read, and I know that there's probably a lot of players that feel the same way that this particular person does about their LGS. Um, because admittedly, like if it wasn't for the community like coming together and fucking just being blatantly honest, spending money here, the shop wouldn't exist. So, I don't necessarily hate to put it in that black and white, but it is what it is. If you guys don't come spend money, shops don't exist, you lose places to go play, and then you're stuck having 20 people in your house, and I don't know, that sounds like a horrible, horrible thing for me, at least. I don't really enjoy hanging out with people. So, but, fun fact. Um, but yeah, I guess I'm done with this one now. So, again, you guys have a good one. I'll probably do something a little bit more upbeat and everything in a couple of more days. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. This time I'm for real. Like I like to say, life is not a dick. You don't have to take it so hard. You guys be careful out there. And, oh, as always, like, sub, good stuff. We went from like 130 people to 152. Dude, if we can crack like 500, I don't know, I'll eat a magic card or something. So, yeah, if we crack 500 subs and I don't know, by the end of next year or something, because I have no delusions of grandeur here. I'll figure something out, something cool to do maybe. But anyways, share it around, help the channel grow, follow us everywhere else, consider joining the Patreon. If you're local, the 10% discount saves you money. It ends up paying for itself, probably that first purchase. If you're not a local yokel, there are 2 tiers to where I will ship shit out to you. So consider joining those. And on that note, I'm done. Goodbye, guys.